This is a video on how to create Linux from scratch. So it's a very customized version of Linux, and which is based on Ubuntu. And now I'm running a virtual machine on Ubuntu virtual machine. And I've done already some experiment here, and now I'm going to clean just to everything, just to start from the very scratch, from the very beginning. So here there's some packages already downloaded, but I'm going to re-download again. I'm following this guide here. It's Linux from scratch, which is possible to download from this website. Plus, I'm also following other guides, which are actually, as you can see here. Yeah, here, this guide here. And I followed for a beginning the guide on the PDF, in this PDF. And then I'm going to switch to the other one. But so the first thing I have to do is to first delete and erase everything that I've done. I have to say that I've done created a virtual disk. So the disk I created is this one, SDB. So I created three directories, three partitions, inside. And this partition is for the boot partition, is for the swap partition, and for the main partition. The disk that I created in virtual machine, as I said before, and the virtual machine is this one. Now I go to VirtualBox, and I created this one. I was here, and this is storage, and this one is the disk, new disk, which I created on the virtual machine for this kind of distribution of Ubuntu. So I created 10 gig, which should be actually enough for our experiments. So I go ahead, and I had to start basically from scratch, everything. So let's start again. Okay, go back, close everything. Maybe I leave here because I will need for reference, but I open another window, another terminal. So cd. First of all, for the sudo su. Okay. So, and we go to cd def is better. ls sdb. So, fdisk sdb. Okay. So here we are. We see the here we see the print. So we see all the partition that I've created before, and I took erase everything. In order to do that, I do also for delete and delete one. Well, actually, yes, I can also leave these directories, but in some way I'm going to recreate everything as it is now. So probably I can skip this step here. Okay, now. Okay, so probably now I have to create again. Yes. All right. So actually, what I've done here it was that I created three partitions before, and now it's left two because one has been deleted, and I'm going to create now again. So the first one is the boot partition. It's 100 mega, And the second one is the swap partition. I don't know, I just put in here as swap partition, but I saw that many people, usually is has been put on at the end. So there is the boot partition, then the main partition, and finally creating the swap partition. I try to do in a different way and to see if I can work, but probably it's not, because I believe that the boot partition must be at the same after the main partition must be after the boot partition. So I'm going to delete also the the partition do 2 and 2. Yeah. So see, just now one left. I will leave there. I create now a new partition. So it's to create a new partition is this command here. It should be add and new. Okay. So we do primary partition, of course. Then we give a number 2, and then we give the first sector, which is actually the one by default. We give that one, and then we fix this one for about 8 gig. So we do this. We do plus 8 gig. Okay. Now is do you want to move the signature? Yes. Yes. Okay. Now we see the partition. Now, it's gig. Now we create the last one, which is the swap partition. The swap partition is create a new one, and is the primary. Now 3. And yes, the default, and the last one we give everything by default. It's 1.9 gig. It's okay. It's nothing. So now we see everything, and now we have to write. So to write, in order to write is a W, and fail to remove the partition device. So maybe there is something wrong. See what happened now. No, it seems okay. Everything. Yeah, it should be okay. Okay. So now that we have everything ready, I think that the next step to do is to create a mount point for this partition. Okay, here I think I quit. To create a mount point, we go to mount, MNT. Here there is one already made, and I am going to delete this one. So it's remove directory with recursive, and this one, LFS. And remedier, and probably is this one. Like I said, remedier, okay. So it's fine. Where it goes. Directory is options. Okay, so it's remedier. Current session, and 2, so to be remedier. What? LFS. So it's remedier. Okay. Remedier, please. Here, remedier, RF. The RF, so to say. Okay, so RF, source. Okay, so no go. It's RM. Okay, so I go back. DC, probably something here. Oh yes, we go to this one. And let's see if there's another thing open. No, okay. So I should be moved. Now I understand why. Because I had to unmount this directory. I had to unmount. So okay, rm dir LFS. Okay, now yeah, it was because it was mounted, so that's why the reason why I couldn't move. So now I create this directory, this file, this directory. But before now, at this point, I want to switch to the video. Now, the thing I had to do is this one, and okay, now they created it here with a graphical application. But I need to go okay ahead. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Of course. No, I forgot something before. I had to do this one before doing anything. Okay, I created the disk, but I have to format the disk. So the thing that I have to do is mkfs. Okay, verbose. The type is for the first one. So the first one is the boot partition. It can be also x2. So the type is xt2. And now I have to specify which one is it. So it's a dev STB1, and I think that now it's okay. Okay. So contain XTB fine here. Yes. I hope so. Okay. No, it's not. So it's doing the next one. It's the next XT4 or STB2, which is the large one. And okay, now it's done also. So the last one is swap. Okay, I can use this one instead of all this one is swap. I had to remove this and the MK swap, and the last one is free. Okay, so now in order to check this one, the thing I have to do is fdisk again, or fdisk is the same, and cfdisk. Sorry, cfdisk, and no, is quit. So cfdisk dev std. So here we got the first one is 8 GB Linux, and the first one is okay, let's see. So okay, quit. So we see the LSPLK. We see what happened. So here we get, okay, here we have other partition, and the all the partition that are done, and something also more. Yes. So okay, here's this can file. If I want to make file system kind as fdisk list parted. Okay, let's see this one. Fdisk list, fdisk s we can do this one. Dev std basically is that one. Is list, or and check the other one, which is parted. And now it's parted. So another one is parted cell. All right. So now we got with parted, we got a better picture of what happened. Now is we create the mounting point. So the mounting point, in order to create that, we go back here, and then it's we don't have anything, so we get the NKD here. It was this one is LFS. So LFS. We do this one is and then it's going to do this one. Okay, this one is okay. This one is now it's we go create a now export. We LFS equal this one mount LFS. So now if you go actual LFS, we got okay, better, but no, maybe is to how it was to remove. Okay, set is unset. Fuck. Okay, unset. So it's unset. I want to unset because this one, but it's not actually. I must give the foot path, and it's not good like that way. LFS. So I want to go now is do the same thing. LFS should be empty. Okay, now I create export LFS as empty. Let's move this one. See now, HLFS. Okay, now I like it. Oh, finally. So next thing is to do is to mount this this directory. So mount verbose type ext4 sdd to this LFS. Good. So now ls cd LFS. Now I got this one, which is actually the content of the partition 2 of the virtual disk before created. So now I have to create here is following the video. I'm going to create this also boot. It's also boot. So I have to create the boot, boot, and we got boot. So you can create this one. It's mount x2. Okay. Dev db sdb1 sdb1, yeah. To this one, boot. Okay, so what happened here? So now I have LFS is mounted as disk as partition 2, which is the main partition. Then inside this LFS, cd FS, I created this boot, also partition, a boot directory, and this boot directory is itself mounted as partition 1, which is the boot partition. It's very articulated, but it's okay. So go ahead. Go ahead. Boot. Okay. Okay. Here's I use the swap, but I don't want to use this one. I don't think this one is necessary anyway, because I already have the swap. Yeah, it actually is changing the swap from I don't know. It's okay. Let's try. It's so it's swapon. IDC is actually is SDV. Okay, swapon dev VBD is dev SDB free. Let's see. Okay. Okay, in this video I stop here because it's gonna be very long, and I have to cut many things to make it shorter because it's I will go ahead in shortly with another one, and okay, again, in order to see what happened there, why I cannot use it, I have some doubts that I managed to create all the partitions there. So I want to actually verify this one in a graphical with a graphic application. So I'm trying to use this one. It's gparted because it's not installed in my system. gparted, it is. Now install it. Okay, now launch. Let's see. SDB. Yes. Now there's some problem here. The problem is that anyway here we do to format to Linux swap, and that's why it wasn't. And then here it is information, and now it's I don't know, because there is this exclamation mark here. Anyway, let's see. Okay, now it's we try to do the same before as it has been swapon sp3, and now it looks fine. Okay. Now let's see something more in the video. So here was now the time to okay, now the sources. Now I have to download the sources from the website. Yeah. I don't know if it's possible to see something, but anyway, try. Maybe no. Yeah. Okay, this is the website to go. In LFS stable. Okay, now stop. Stop. So here is actually a list of go back again here. Here's a list of the package we are going to install. We have to pass this list in the video now, and we see how. So this one is the list. So check it out. This one is ls. We have to create sources also. So mkdir directory sources. And this directory must be sticky directory. So sticky directory means that you have to check mode in the mode is I don't remember now. I have to check it out here. Here it is, this one. A plus WT, and then it's okay. So S LFS sources. Okay. So now it's doing it. Now, if we do the again, the ls, we see that now this one is sticky. That means that if you do ls all list, now you see all the access type is all on everything. So once we done that, is good to do this one. So we have to take the website we saw before, and then give this command here inside sources. So I go to this URL here, URI. Now everyone call URI. So this one is, so go back now. The wget. First I have to move to sources. Then I do wget, and then the URI that I just copied. Give enter. Okay, now it seems that everything is done, but it's just the first step. Then it's ls. We see that you go there. If you go cat and this one, we see we have all the list that we were before in the site. Let's try to check again. This one is the URL, and this one is all the list is replicated here. Now we have to use this URI, all these URIs here, in order to download the packages we need, because each one of these is the repository for each package. So we do that. Go back to this. Yeah. So I just copy this, copy, and go back in this place and paste. Now everything is ready, and we should have the stuff to download. It takes time, so I go on and see what happens. Okay, now since everything is ready, we do ls. Okay, here are the packages we need to create our custom Linux distribution.
Okay, now I go ahead and the next thing I have to do is to build to create a folder directory named tools, where we are going to store some essential tools. If we read this this paragraph here, so the first thing we have to do is actually create this directory tools, where we are going to store all these assembler, linker thing, which are the very basic tools in order to create a second kind of tools, which are also useful for the minimal system to run. So to do that, we go immediately to create this directory here, tools, inside the LFS path. So we do that. We go back to okay, we start to LFS. So here we have to create another directory. We call this directory, we call tools, right? I think we have to call it tools. Yes. So I go up here, tools. Alright, okay, so sudo. Okay, so now we have these tools. So inside this one, the next step we have to do is to also, yes, in order to isolate what we are going to do from the system, from the host system, we had to create a group and a user specific for this task. The next step to do is to create this link here. So I copy as it is, go up there, is this one. Okay, I go there. I can also say sudo su. Okay, yeah. So I paste the command in order to do the soft link to this directory, to this path, which is LFS. So we do that, and then if we go up to the root directory, we should have this link here, and that's done. So next one again is to create the group, as I said before, the group and the user, in order to keep all the things separate from the host system. There is here a URI where we can go and follow all the instruction is there, and by the way, it's just this one. Yes, so we have to take all this one. So first we have to do the group. Take the group, copy this one, go back. Quite slow now, this the virtual machine. Okay, we go ahead anyway. So we do LFS group, add this group, then we have to add the user with the same name, so it's a user also called LFS. We go back as we were before. So here we take this one as a long line to do, so we copy and paste. It's very slow now, I have problem to copy and paste, and do that one, and we had a user. So go back again. So the next thing is of course to take to have a password for this use. So we create this one, password. We go up there, we do password. Now we type a password. I use the usual one, type. Okay, and now we are there. So we are there. So now go back and see what is the next step. Now we have to take the ownership of this, to change the ownership of this of the tools and sources also. So we do that. Go back and go there, paste, and do that one. Fade too many level or symbolic links. Okay, let's see what happened. Probably understand why there is this problem here, because we have the set a link before. So I have to find out now how to remove a link. I think the better thing to do is to Google it. So we go here, we go remove link in Linux. It continue to be very slow, so it's a sample. Let's see how it is. Remove symbolic links. Okay, now go up there. Uh, unlink. Very simple. So unlink. So we go again. Do unlink. That was tools. See now LS. We don't have tools anymore. We try to see if now we can run this one. Okay, LFS. Actual. Let's see. The problem is it's another one. So it's not that one. We can create the link back again. So we do link ls soft link verbose, and then we do there's a problem now. There is no LFS LFS. It's strange now, because I actually, what I've done before, it was here. If we go, okay, do that, another one, and I go back to my home, and I do here to see view, show hidden, and I go to bash rc. So we're going to do again. This one is strange. I probably didn't do this one. I had to run this one from the command line. Now I understand why. Because I was in I set the path here, the local environment, a local variable, LFS, in when I was actually as a CLO user. Now I'm super user, so this one is not considered. So I have to redo again this one. Okay, this one. Export. Now we see. Now we have this one. Okay. Big trouble. Okay, but it's good to see where is the problem. Vieni qua tu. Is coming. And so now the next one is to create a link again. So we go back, recreate a link. So link ln verbose soft. So it's it was fs / tools. We go back up there. Okay, now let's see if everything is okay. Tools is back. Now we have to create this to take the ownership of this of the directory tools, not the link, the directory. Yeah, the ownership is taken in as LFS user. Oh, this is quite long. Okay, so next one, go back to the original one. Also to sources, we had to do the same thing for sources. Copy, go back, and do the same. Paste. So we are going to take the ownership of the sources as LFS user, and then we change the ownership to of sources. Then another one, the last one, is to actually change to the user to LFS. So we change now, we switch to LFS. Go back, do the same, and now we are in LFS. See, this one is 1 0 1 1 1 0. Oh, fuck it. So this one, LFS, here we are, here, no, here, that one. Okay, that one. So we are there. Try again. LFS 1, this. Right. Okay, so now the next step to take is actually this one, and we have to follow these instructions as they are, because there are also some useful information, and it's good to actually follow this one. Okay, so set up a good working environment by creating 2 new setup files, bash for the bash shell. While logged as a user LFS, issue the follow command to create a new bash profile. So we do that one. We take as it is, copy, and we go to our new, this one, LFS. You see this one, remember this LFS, and we paste now the instruction that we got from the tutorial there. So we do that. We should have now a bash profile file in our root home directory. We can see that if we just test this ls, we are here in okay, where we are here now. First, so oh yes, this is it. So yeah, here it is. It's an inner file, so we have to show all the file. So again, following the page here, we go back. We have to also continue to read. When logged as a user LFS, the initial shell is set as a login shell, which reads the etc profile of the host, and probably containing some setting and environment variables, and then the bash profile. So this one is actually something that we don't want, because the setting that we got in our host etc profile is going to mess up with installation of the new environment. So we had to actually exclude this the action and the influence of this etc profile, of what actually is set in etc profile. So we continue reading now. The exec env I bin hash etc. command is in the bash profile file replaces the running shell with a new one with a completely empty environment except for the home term mps1 variable. This ensures that no unwanted and potential hazardous environment variables from the host system leak into the build environment. The technique used here achieves the goal of ensuring a clean environment. So that one is actually what we said before, and we we have to now neutralize the profile settings in a host machine. The new instance of the shell is a non-login shell, which does not read the ATC profile or the .bash profile files, but rather reads the .bash RC file instead. We are now to create this .bash RC file. In order to do that, we copy actually what is here, very as it is. We go back now to our terminal window. We do that, enter, and now we got the everything set. So the set plus h, this one, okay, this one, okay, command starts the bash hash functions. Hashing is ordinary and useful feature. Bash uses the hash table to remember the full path of executable files to avoid searching the path, time, and again to find the same executable. However, the new tools should be used as soon as they are installed. By switching off the hash function, the shell will always search the path when program is to be run. As such, the shell will find the newly compiled tools in LFS tools directory, is path, and as soon as they are available without remembering the previous version of the same program in a different location. The next thing to do is actually I don't think this one is necessary, but is setting the user creation a mask, because on the video which I used for reference before this reading this this page here, these instructions, doesn't do anything about this one. So I would skip this one now, and for the LFS variable should be set to choose the mount point. After that, this one is important. This. So do that, copy, go back here. My machine is very sluggish. Do this, and actually now there is the next step, which should be actually the compilation of the new clean environment. For now I stop here, and we'll continue later, because first I had to understand how it's going on.